Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. It's 2 o'clock exactly. I'm not too late. Oh, I was already worried that I was going to be too late today. How is it? How are you guys doing? Trader Sloss, are you already in 7 accounts? If you have to pray, it's actually not a good point to be in, but I wish you will do well. But yeah, it's NFP Thursday. It's my day that I am extremely careful and I tend not to trade any funded accounts or my lives on this day because my stats told me at some point it's my worst day. So sometimes you can have nice trades, but taking it out of my trading just really, benefited me. So I will only paper trade or maybe do an eval today, but I won't be doing any live accounts or funded. I'm not touching it today. So that's a rule I just implemented. And sometimes there is a good move on Thursday. It happens, but most of the times for me, it was just like, ugh. But anyway, that being said, let's get into it. How did you guys do yesterday? Anyone traded yesterday? uh, for me, it's only Thursday in NFP week. It's not Thursdays. Thursdays are my best days, but on Thursday, NFP week, the first week of the month, then it's my worst day. But technically, Thursdays are, it depends on the cycle we are in. It's, for me, it doesn't really, but NFP week, Thursday, not touching. But let's have a look. Hold on, guys. So, trader slots, are you long or short? Let's have a look, guys. It's already 2 o'clock, and let me. I'm thinking of starting London sooner because I actually made a video on that. That 2 o'clock can give a nice move already, but now I'm just sitting down, I'm looking at it, and I haven't even prepared because I didn't have the time. But actually, I want to be more prepared for 2 o'clock. Um, a lot of the times there is a good opportunity, so I'm thinking of maybe moving it a little bit. Well, anyway, we'll see. I don't know if you guys noticed that ES left equal highs on top here. Um, we went back into original consolidation. Are you asking me for me my you're in with 7 accounts, so you should tell me your bias. I'm hoping you're going to tell me your bias. You're in with 7 accounts, so you should know. Tell me. Help me out today. Tell me. I'm just sitting down. Help me. What are you thinking? Always and if and then for me. But what's your bar? A trader slot. You're in. I'm on 7 accounts pray. So I guess you're in already or not, or are you still wanting to enter? If anything, bullish. You're bullish. I don't think that's really a weird thing to think, to be honest. Most people are like, "How can you think that?" But um, let's go over the news first. Hold on, guys. Now, obviously, we had change in state of delivery and we had some market structure shift on specific time windows, but not on the 4 hour. Let me see. Today is 4th of June. Okay, 8:13 news, unemployment claims. Okay, unemployment claims today. But it is already, tomorrow is NFP, so they tend to already, Fridays, Thursdays can be, can be pretty awful sometimes. So just tread carefully. Just really, really, really make sure that you see your A plus set up. Hey, Mr. Chaos, how are you doing? How's it going, my friend? Have you had your breakfast already, or is it too early? Okay, let me have a look at something. Okay, okay, okay. Um, just need to do a few things here. What time is it? Here we go. I need to, sorry guys, I had to do some things. I need to um do this. Do this. Okay, here we go. Mm-hmm. Okie do, okie do. Okay. 3055-ish. 3055. Yeah, I think I'm just bullish, but up to a certain level. I'm overall bearish, higher time frame, but I think we're gonna go higher to go lower again. I like 3055. 30, 10 o'clock. Yeah, let's see. Um, 55. Changing the state. Uh, hey, hi, Lance. Hope you're well. How was your New York session? Oh, I'll get into that, into my trade as well. I made a little bit of one mistake. I'll show you guys what I did. It's funny you have to look to the left to see the chat. It's easy to tell when you're looking at our comments. No, I look at more things to the left. So not only the comments, but yes, I look to the comments. But I'm going to change it, and then you will know. I'm really want to buy a new computer, and then maybe some, I just, signed the new lease. I'm going to stay longer here, so I don't have to move. So, but anyway, yeah. So my setup might change. So it's not that obvious then what I'm looking at, right? Oh yeah, my setup. So yesterday, what did I do? My analysis was correct. I said at pre-market prep, we're going to spike up to go down. But I thought we spike up a little. I know exactly what the mistake that I made, and it was actually, which actually ruined up my whole setup. It got very sloppy. So I had a point of interest, and I thought we would go a little bit higher, but I should have focused on the move down already, like already had an inversion already in my mind. I was too late. I was actually, because I was focused on that move to the upside. I think it was here. Hold on, a little bit higher. Yeah, here. Here we go. So we spiked up, and I thought but this was the liquidity here, so it didn't have to go much higher. But I don't know what happened. I got married to a little bit. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I think it was here. For some reason, I thought it would go higher, and I was focused on that. So it started to go lower. And I started to miss the move. So I sort of it got a bit sloppy. So I did still make some money on that move down, but I was like, oh my God. And I was just not prepared anymore. So next time what I'm going to do, because my analysis was correct. I said it's going to spike up first, and then we will see some lower prices most likely. So next time I'm going to leave this run and then already have my levels here, and be more focusing on the area when it goes lower. So I'm not trying to get the first move, right? Just because I want to be ready actually before, because it's NFP went week, I actually want to be ready before 10 o'clock. So I got a little bit too impatient. So next time I know I am not going to focus on that first move up, which was not a good thing. It was better to focus on the when it started going down and have some levels here already prepared instead of being surprised and blah blah blah. So that was yeah, exactly. ICT went over it exactly. Yes, I saw it, and that made me but he entered already. I think he knew exactly where to enter, and but he used the IFUG and blah. So, but if my analysis was correct, it's going to go up. Why would I try to take that first move, right? It's sort of like, we don't pick tops and bottoms. So I just made a little bit of yeah, it was a little bit a wrong judgment call from my side, and it just messes up because everything is so fast then. So then you're just behind, right? So, but anyway, you journal, you learn. Next time, I'll get the move. But yeah, I had a bad trade, but I also chipped away back and laced. I targeted the high, but my high was too high. I was thinking it would go here. This was my high, so I should have waited and I should have more focused. If I already knew, okay, we're gonna go higher to go lower, I should not focus on trying to catch a top, which I was trying to do. We don't try to catch that. That was my mistake. So I should have focused already, like, you know what? Just don't focus on the first move, focus on the move down. And if you have confirmation, then you get in. So that was my mistake. But anyway, I still banked a little bit on it, but it was messy and it was sloppy. And then I just, it was not my best trade. Anyway, enough about that. So I did catch some other moves. I did not really post it because it was more of like I was playing around, trying out some new models I'm working on. Still managed to bank about $500 on that day on one micro afterwards, but not really something to show off with. But yeah, there was still clean price action though. Anyone else? How did anyone else do? I feel like you're a relatively patient person. Oh, Lance, if you would only know, my friend. Listen, I'm not. I have to work really, really hard to be patient. It's a struggle and it's something I'm winning, but it's not easy for me. So when you tell me your struggles, I totally understand. I am not a patient person. I'm working on it and I'm getting better at it. My P&L is showing that I'm getting better at it, but I'm not. Um, Lance, in New York, no, I go for 100-point moves. It's not a scalp, but I try to enter fast moves in New York. It's not a scalp, but it's larger. I only trade the moves if I see larger moves. It's not a scalp, but I would try to have them in the minimum amount of time. But yesterday, I just wanted to be done before 10 o'clock because of NFP week. But I mean, but I'm not a patient person by nature. No, not at all. I caught a short London yesterday, like 20 points, nothing. But hey, listen, nothing's wrong with 20 points. Nothing's wrong with 20 points. Let's get that clear. But I'm not a patient person. I might look at it, but it's hard work to be patient. And that's why I'm trying to show you guys. I maybe look patient and I might do well now, but it doesn't come easy. I have to work on it every day. I have to have rules. I have to think about it. I have to really, if I start not following my rules, I fall into the trap and then I start over trading, then I fall. It's a cycle. But no, I'm not a patient person by nature. And I think most people can relate. So I wish I was. Traders loss. I caught a short London yesterday, like 20 points. Nothing too much. It was bad yesterday. Yeah, but 20 points is good, man. I mean, if we have 20 points and it's in the pocket, it's good. Um, okay, let's focus on what price is doing. Again, for me, low expectations today. It's Thursday, it's NFP week. For me, already in my mind, I'm already prepared for no trading day. So if I do see an A plus setup, I might take it, but I might only take it on an eval that I always have on the side, or just paper trade it just to see. So for me, this is one of my rules, because my stats have shown me that my most losses come off this day. NFP Thursday is my worst day. So good. Well, I'm relatively patient. I'm very lucky to have few positive trades. We all, so Lance, I think we all have positive trades and less positive trades. So I guess one trade doesn't define you, right? We are a combination of trades. So yeah, try to focus on risk. Well, I mean, focusing on risk management and detaching of P&L will help you, I think. Trader slots, I know what my times are. I've been doing a lot of data tracking, so yeah, I know very well what my times are. And sometimes you need to adjust again with the market changes, and you have to stick to it. And then if you paper trade and you see things have changed, you can adjust again. But, we don't have to trade every day, guys. Not every day is a trading day. You have to find your best days and your best moments. But I'll be honest. Even though it might not be a trading day on my accounts, on my live accounts or evals, I still enjoy tape reading. I would really I feel sort of handicapped if I don't tape read London. Like say if I don't take a trade today, but I do something else. I'm thinking about the market and I'm like, oh, for me already just tape reading is enough. If that, I would hate it if I won't be able to look at the market, if that makes sense. But I'm okay not trading it, but not being totally disconnected sometimes is um sometimes you do take a break, but for me it's just I do want to tape read the market, see what's going on, and prepare myself for maybe later on today, if that makes sense. Yes. Every day is not a trading day, but it doesn't mean you don't have to look at the market. You can journal it, you can tape read it, you can paper trade it, because you still learn, right? Um, so I have to apply for a South African driving license, which means because I don't have permanent residency yet, I can't switch my Dutch driving license to South Africa. So I have to really take driving lessons here and do exams. So 3 months ago, I started the process and they have to verify my passport. And finally, the guy that called yesterday, he said, okay, I've sent it to the department. You can go. So I have to go there. So, and because it's NFP Thursday, I might, after London, I'm going to do that. So I'm not sure for those pre-market preppers if I'm back in time. Because I have to do it at some point. But I have to do exam again and drive around and take driving lessons. So, but otherwise I have to fly to the Netherlands, do it there, and I don't know. So I don't feel like doing that. So it's going to be exciting. Most likely I have to bribe them. Apparently you have to bribe them to pass your exam. I've heard. I don't know if it's still true, but someone told me, yeah, they did driving license. Told, okay, you know what? Give me 1,000 rand and I'll pass, and I'll make sure that you pass. I'm like, but that was really a long time ago. I said, does it still work that way? Do I need to carry money like to really pass my exam? Okay. Hey, Lance, I've been doing much better in New York lately. All my 11 days have been from New York. Yeah. All my 11 days have been from trades from New York Open and the first hour of trading. Now, it didn't used to be like that. Sometimes London used to be also giving me nice moves. But for me, for some reason, those larger trades I've only been able to bank on them in New York session. We'll see. I try not to really, limit myself if something changes or I need to study more to bank also on London moves. So, but anyway, let's have a look. Let's do a poll, guys. Yeah, I love the New York. Me too. I'm starting to really, and for me, it's like a challenge now. I really want to be. What I try to do with pre-market prep is prepare myself for the either a trade in pre-market if possible, if I'm behind, or open, or then at after 10 o'clock. But I really would like to focus and really focus on that hour and get better at also opening. But it's always hard when there's a very small opening range gap. I like it when there's a large opening range gap because then you can include the opening range gap in your trading in your first possibility of a trading. But yeah, I love the New York first hour as well, or the opening. Let's do a poll, guys. Oh, you're the only streamer I can watch and trade at the same time. Okay, well that's a compliment, I guess. And you still follow your own trade plan, right? Bullish or bearish? bullish, bearish, or I'm going to add accumulation, guys. I know we don't like it. Accumulation in London session. Bull, bear. It's actually a pig, but we're not going to do that. Yeah, I like pig. Pigs are cute. We're going to do it. It's negative. Polar accumulation. Here we go. Let's go, guys. The 4 hour wick here matches exactly with the end dog. So I think if we go higher, like I said, I like this area 534-ish, maybe as a high. I wonder if it really wants to go higher, because this could be a bearish. This could keep us down a little bit. It's also Asia high. Yeah, I like this level. Back to maybe here. There's a lot of wicks here. No music today. No, the it's a gardener. It was a gardener. He was he was loud yesterday. He comes in and he has like I don't know. I think he walks around with a big radio. I think we need to complain about him a little bit because it's a little bit too much. It was a little bit too close as well. Um, yeah. 229. Yeah, I like it to the up. We've got liquidity here. I think 522 should get into a long. I'm gonna paper trade only 522 up to maybe here. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna paper trade this, guys. What time is it? 2:30 exactly. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna wait to 2:30. We still have a lot of gaps here. Hold on. This is 220 paper trade. Hey, come on. What's with the party? I think he only comes once a week. Well, I can ask a request next time. Do you want some African music? I like the African music, by the way. But I think it was more house music, by the way, yesterday. It wasn't really. Okay, hold on. Where's my coffee? Okay, let me see what the pool. Oh, I see 50%. 50 accumulation 50, a bull 50, and no bearishness. Interesting. I also like the upside. I'm gonna do okay, I'm gonna give it a go. Just paper trading, guys. Stop loss is gonna be here. GP is gonna be here. Should be here. To 1 to 1. Let me take my notes because we already have this here. $20, 2R. Okay, it's almost 2R. 233. Okay. I get over here. If he gets over my red line, I'm gonna move my stop loss here now. But I don't like the equal lows, so I'm what time did we spike up? 233. Nice. I like it. No, it's good to go. If I get over this black line, I'm gonna move my stop loss. Body closure. No closure. Come on, close. Hello. Yeah, I'm bearish higher time frame, but I do think we're gonna make a little move up before we go lower. Um, so let's see if London opens. I hope this can be done before London open, or maybe it doesn't hit my TP before 250, or at the macro, and then maybe turns at some point. We'll see. No, 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 Gigi, you cannot do that, my love. Come, no, my love. No, I tried to call the old man yesterday, but his number disappeared from my phone. So I called the guy, and I said, "Listen, let him call me back." Um, but the rooster was this morning really bad. It was from 3 o'clock. Oh, now come on, no, don't do it. Go, 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 go. So I haven't spoken to him. I'm trying to get hold of him, but I mean, I think he is rounding up a lot of people to complain. But the rooster really, it's like from 3 o'clock, it just goes on all night or morning actually until he should become chicken soup very soon. You want to see my little girl? Gigi, I want to see you. Come. Gigi, you want to come? No. Come. I've got two cats. Gigi, they want to see you. She's like, yeah, but you're not allowing me to come there. No, she's not camera shy, but I'm trying. No, she sort of ruins my setup if I let her there because she wants to lay down and she lays down exactly on the cables. So she sort of like tries it, and then after I'm like, no, don't do it because then my camera falls and everything. So I'm trying to keep her. And now she's like looking at me. Yeah, what do you want? You just told me not to go, and then I think it could even go up to 540, but let's see. So this is quite. How many points? 40 points. I think this is a little bit conservative, my trade. I think Asia high is actually also, I think 540 is in play. I can raise, I think I'm gonna raise it to here. Let's see if my greed is taking me, I moved it from here to here. Let's see if it doesn't work, I'm punished straight away again, right, for being greedy. Now it is a paper trade, but it's still all the same. My Yorkie likes to get between me and whatever screen I'm on. Yeah, they needed to, yeah, I mean, you can't get mad. I mean, yesterday I went to bed and I was like, I don't have a small bed, but I was like, where am I supposed to now lay down? There were one on one pillow, the other one was on the other pillow, and there was like, and I was they were like looking at me, and they were really almost close to each other, and they were like, no, and it was so sweet, and I was like, I went, my TV is there, and I go, you know what? I'll just go halfway on the bed, and I was literally falling asleep. Not on the normal side of the bed. I was just on this side and I put my pillows there and I let the girls just sleep there. And I was like, okay. And at some point, one of them moved and I was like, all right, quickly. My bed is taken. My whole bed is taken. But yeah, I mean, you just love them. You have to love them. I love them. I'm gonna bring it to break even now. Doesn't matter. I think it can go even higher, but I'm just going to let's see if I'm too greedy now. I think I might be a little bit too greedy. I think I should take it off here. We'll see. We'll see if my greed gets to me now because I see Asia high here, but I think 540 could be reached as well in London, but I don't know if it will do it now in this run. Am I too greedy? Yeah, okay. This high here, it's gonna most likely reject here. Let me take it. Yeah, I think what will happen is we reject here somewhere, go look back in the range, and later on we'll take out these highs and then also the Asia high, right? I think that will happen. Okay, I'm just gonna practice staying in. Let me just practice staying in. You see the end dog is here. We most likely will reject the end dog here. Yeah, I should take it off here. See, this might when I'm in. I don't like to be in trades that long. And do I really want to be in a trade and just for how many points more am I? Yeah, 10 points. It might take half an hour for 10 points. I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm done with that bullshit. I would rather re-enter. If it goes lower, I'll re-enter for the next run, if that makes sense. Because it's Thursday. It's gonna be showing some shenanigans. This is it. I trust this trade. See, it might reject in those rejection blocks, go lower, clean up the mess here it made, and then go higher. We'll re-enter again here. Um, I told you what it was. I'm allergic to cats, but I love them dearly. I like they are opposite of dogs, where you must work for their attention. It's all on their. Yeah, no, they have very strong characters. And cats choose you. You don't choose them. Okay, boom. 245. 5 4. If it starts running up higher, it could be, but I'm just not taking any risk today. So but I think 540 will be is can be reached at some point. Anyone in a long as well? Yeah, but sometimes it's just better take your safe. If you see something and you think, you know what, is it worthwhile for me to really stay in the trade for like, for example, it's 245 now, and this is for me. This was a short trade. I'm like, okay, just take it, and you know, I get burnt too much by aiming too high. You get like if you get overconfident, if you're doing well, you get that's the thing. You get you're overconfident, and then you get like you aim for too much. So you have to scale back as well. Just be happy with 40 points instead of. That's also something I need to practice. Just be happy with less. Lance, it might look that I have things better under control than you, but it's just maybe that I worked a little bit harder on those issues. Now, I don't have the same issues because not all of them, but impatience, um, let's call it being a trading degenerate, over trading. Um, it's always hanging in the shadows. And the only way for me not to fall into that trap is being very rule based, being mechanical, time based. This was a time based trade, by the way, fully time based. There is logic, obviously, around it, but um, it's fully, and even though it's just a paper trade, but it doesn't matter for me. It's the same. For me, forward testing is the same, even though it's a paper trade. I feel the same. I can already tell if my heartbeat is going up, if my like I was like again getting a little bit uncomfortable with here, and it's for me it's the same because I journal it, and for me it's also the process of the learning. So that's why back testing doesn't work for me, but forward testing does give me the same. And why does it work for me? Because I don't put a monetary win or loss also not on my normal trades, if that makes sense. So for me, any trade that I put on and forward testing has the same value because also I've detached myself from the outcome also of a normal trade, if that makes sense. If I put on a trade and I'm comfortable, I'm okay with the loss or the win. It doesn't matter which one, because I know what I'm doing. It's my model is either 60, 70, 80% win rate. I don't care if the 20%, 30% happens on that trade because I trust the model because it's purely mechanical. I've got data on it and I know that I am following my rules. And whatever happens, it's okay because I'm following my rules. I'm okay with it, if that makes sense, right? And I feel the same on my paper trade as well. Because I'm like, okay, am I rule based? Am I doing following my, am I here? I got a little bit, okay, now I'm getting greedy. I moved it again. So I'm journaling that and I moved it back and I'm very happy that I did. Now it could still go, but then also that is something for me. So you have a few less points. Okay. But now you have your trade, you're done. You got your trade. Be happy. It's enough. Enough is enough, right? What do we need per day? So fully mechanical, time-based, followed my rules, it hit, and I'm happy. And now we watch. Um, Naveen, time-based means I implement time. So time-based means all my models are literally time-based. Obviously, you have structure, but I was looking at the time here. It was 2:33 when we started spiking up. So I was 2:33 is a time-based. It's for people that it's not the official ICT macros, but 2:33 is part of. A lot of good things happen at 2:33. Runs can start, but you have to understand the structure, what you're looking for. Um, so the algorithm is scripted against time. Everything runs in cycles. So if you, that's why I make a joke when I say I'm an alcoholic, not an alcoholic, but alcoholic. So Priya, I don't know if she's here. I'm really, she's one of my students, but I'm focusing with her, especially on time over price, always, always. Yeah, if you're holding, I think for those who are still holding, Asia high is here. We see it's leaving a lot of gaps here. You can see that. So that's why I'm like, oh, okay. So now it might do some shenanigans and go back and forth before it makes another move. But I think there's more room to the upside. But I'm happy not to be in it. Um, Hey Martin, yeah, I already saw so Susie, yeah, no, he already shared that knowledge a few years back. Yeah, but yeah, everybody should watch that video, by the way. Um, but actually, I don't know if you watched ICT's video, which he did. I think he actually goes into it as well. So I think he's also trying to because Susie calls the Zusi market structure pattern, right? But if you watch ICT's review of his trade, he's actually he's exactly now mentioning it as well while he's addressing the first presented fair value gap. So it's very funny. I think it's also like, okay, let me um, address it. Yeah. So yeah, I think because I see now, you know what, Frank, you know what? It's my it's not your pattern, it's my pattern. I noticed that ICT is Michael, we should call him Michael now, is doing that more often now. And someone posted something. He addresses it and and you know, we all learn from him. It's foundational. So I don't think also like dodgy. He pretends that you know, he figured out the IFUG, things like that. I'm like, yeah, you know. Um, give credits to where credits are due, right? I don't think we should call anything, or you can make your own model if you have your if-then statements, but uh, it's so tiring. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he really wanted to go to zero, and now it's going low, and he's so happy. Yeah, I know. Trader slots. Do you see that 1 hour gap and the wick low 1 hour mid area? Do you see the 1 hour gap and the wick low 1 hour mid area? I'll have a look at the 1 hour. So see, we're still going higher. Now I chose to get out of it. So like I said, 540, I can see this area being hit. But let's see, we're at the 50% of that wick. So I marked, so trader slots. I marked this wick here, and 50% of that wick is in that end dog here, which we are approaching right now. So I don't know if that is what you're pointing out. Now, if we get over this, then we could go higher, but I like 540-ish, so that might be a little bit in this gap here. But let's see, because we hit 50% here of that end dog as well, end of that wick. But let's see, if we blast through this, we're going to go up, right? Yeah, so I had a very safe trade. For me, this is 40 points, and then it's just okay. I'll just watch and journal for next time. What is your big time frame? What do you mean? My big time frame on my chart is 1 hour, or are you asking what my big time frame bias is? Hey, company Menko, how are you doing? Oh, MNQ Futures is saying there's a holiday for Frankfurt. Is that so? I did not know that. Thank you for pointing that out. I don't see that in the forexfactory.com, but it could be. Oh, hold on. It's tomorrow. Oh, okay. I don't see it in the oh, there she is. Oh, Gigi. Hey guys, if my camera falls. Yeah, Mr. Chaos, he beat you today, company man Carl. Um, oh, one able. I use everything. I go over when I start my day. I look at the daily, monthly, weekly. So I don't look at the monthly every day. I do start with the monthly, obviously at the end of the month, mid-month, and always at the end of the week. At the beginning of the week, I do go over everything. Daily, weekly is when I start my day, I go over it. And then during the day, I look at the 1 and the 4 hour a lot because I'm a distribution trader, or let me rephrase. I'm trying to be a distribution trader, meaning trying to trade the distribution of a 1 or 4 hour candle. That's where my main my larger trades are from. So I do look at the 4 hour, but in London I find it difficult to enter on the 2 o'clock 4 hour candle for some reason lately. So I tend to use the 1 hour there more in London. So trying to get the distribution to the upside. Now, if you look at the 2 o'clock here, I do see that we might be able to push here into this fair value gap here. But because it's NFP, I'm sort of like, you know what? And then what you want to try to do, position yourself the open, and you want to position yourself in the manipulation wick here to the downside, and then the distribution to the upside. So I do look at the 4 hour a lot during the day because I try to trade the 4 hour distribution candle. Now that's easier in New York for some reason for me than in London. But then again, more often I get in after 2 o'clock, or maybe sometimes even more after 3 o'clock. So then it's not only the 2 o'clock anymore, but then it's more an hourly distribution. But then I use already the 2 o'clock 4 hour candle as information. But so I do look at 4 hour all day long, or at least at the hours that is what are they doing and how can I use them? Yeah. So they're a big part of my my trading strategies, definitely. Um, but yeah, I mean, you have to, I take everything into account. If there's anything that, let's look at the daily, by the way, now, what the daily is doing. It always is good to, and compare ES and Q. Well, hey guys, it's already, oh my God, it's already Thursday. Thursday, I'm already putting on the weekly ranges, by the way. It's already crazy. Is it Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday, right, today? Oh my God. I still think it's like I remember Friday, like it's yesterday. And on Thursday, I always put up the weekly ranges. That's Mether's awesome indicator. Yeah, we miss Mether's on holidays, so we have to miss him the whole week. But he'll be back next week, I believe. Man, I totally, it's so, time goes so fast. I can't believe it. That's already Thursday. I already totally forgot to put on my weekly. Crazy stuff. Okay. Why? Because on Thursday you can already get your TGIF, by the way. So that's the reason why. So I'm already looking at the weekly ranges. Like where are we at in the weekly range? So what is price doing in comparison to, I'm going to take you off. Okay, so the daily. So we moved this is yesterday, so that's a nice, beautiful bearish candle. We went exactly to the midpoint of ES's wick. Yeah, I think we're going to get continuation today. I mean, it just, I think it's going to be a continuation to the day. What do you guys think? I'm bad with my days during the week. I'm always checking charts 6 o'clock Fridays, thinking why chart's not working. Then I realize no more. Oh, you're funny. Alex, what is Alex doing? I'm short. I don't know. I wouldn't be short yet. First the lows, then the highs. I'm bad with my. If you get rich with this trade, I need a boat to go fishing. Please buy me one. Hey Talib, how are you doing? Hey, five handles. Yeah, I think 540 is still in play. I would not. I would not go short from before 540 is hit. Yeah, so I would really wait for a 540-ish level before I would be comfortable with a short. Um, really open for. Yeah, I would wait a little bit. I myself, I would. Well, I already mentioned 540, but I got out of the trade here. I just didn't want to take the risk. But let's see, because I think I can make another push. There we go. I think around this area here, maybe even all the way up here to this yellow line. I don't know what's this yellow line. Maybe here, 560. Price is not. Its price is moving nicely. See how beautifully it's moving. 540. Let's see if it's going to reject here or not. Now I would consider a short from here. Maybe I should take it. I said 540, but I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer because it's still in macro time. So, but I like this level for rejection. Let's see if it wants to go higher. But now I will. Now I'm looking for. Now I get interested in a short. Um, maybe if it starts blasting through this level, I am not interested in a short. But I'm just going to reassess, and this is the area where I'm going to reassess. Let me. Okay, let's see, 540. Just want to see what we're doing. So I said 540-ish. That was my initial trade, remember? Asia high. But I just, so I'm going to journal that it worked, but I took here being very safe and just very relaxed. Let's see. Yeah, this could be the short, guys, from here. Exactly 540-ish. Think of taking it. Okay. It's a tricky area because we inverted. We inverted, but we also have bearish PD rays above us. So let me see what the people bullish 60%, accumulation 16, and bearish 24. Green globe. Hey, how are you? I'm doing great. Yourself? Let me see if I can open the curtains again, guys, because I need daylight. Hey, no. Je zit nog in dat boekje. Dat is weer wat. Het is een boekje. Wat is dat niet? Um, I don't know about the longs, to be honest. I would rather, I'm more interested in a short from here than a long. But then again, I can also see us go a little bit, dig a little bit deeper into this order block. But then again, I would not take the risk for, like, for example, I took that trade here. I would have been, if I would have left a runner, I would have taken it off. I said 540-ish. I would have taken it off at 540. That will be my max. Asia highs here. And just, I've got a couple of confluences just adding up here for me. Like, okay, this is a level for my max long here. So for me, entering a long here, for me, it's actually a point of exit and actually starting to reassess, is it going to be a short or would the long had more juice into it? So that's how so for me now it's like, I don't know. I would have taken everything off and just reassess. And then that's the area for me, like, okay, I just don't, this is the area I'm like, reassess. Because now I can frame it both ways. And also, mind you, why? We are at exactly, we always say we don't dibble in the middle. Why? We are at 50% of the weekly range. Always at 50% levels, you want to be careful. Also 50%, yeah, it's also the whole, it's a weekly range, but also technically our dealing range. So you always want to be careful at 50% of the range. And you don't want to enter a position at 50%. But that is just me, how I prefer to trade. But I do like, look, we left a lot of imbalances behind. But hey, it still could go higher. I mean, it doesn't mean it can't go higher, but I'm just sort of like going over why I would not be interested in entering a trade from here right now. But hey, we could easily dig into this area. I can be wrong and lose 60 bucks, then I go to sleep and can trade. Yes, it doesn't matter if you're wrong, right? If you have risk management, you don't care. If you have a losing trade, it happens. It's part of the deal. And if you have solid risk management, you don't give a F because you know, okay, well, you learn, you journal it, and you learn, and then you move on to the next trade. There's no shame in wrong trades, guys. Really, no shame at all. Um, Losing trades are part of our business. You're the first ICT I have been able to stomach. Really? I mean, come on. There's such a we have a lot of nice ICT traders. Tanya is very calm. Lumi is also, I think Lumi is a good trader. Um, Claudia. Oh, females, by the way. They're only females. Am I just, um, well, I guess the females are really the nice ones then, I guess. I think Tanya is calm. Dasha, Lumi is calm. I think they're calmer than I am, actually. Who do we have as male traders, ICT traders that are calm? Matt, he's a calm, not the one Matt, but the trades by Matt. He's nice and, but I don't know if he trades ICT. He's nice and calm. Who else do we have? Oh, is Claudia doing gold now? Yeah, I like Claudia. Charmaine. Okay. Uh, I only trade ICT. Well, I'm ICT based. I have a foundation of ICT, and I build on. Um, you know, if you study ICT, I think it's a basic foundation. I think your edge comes from studying and journaling and adding your view and things. For me, it's adding more time-based trading to the equation. So obviously I use all the PD arrays and stuff like that, but all my models are very, very time-based. Everything is more time-based than, so it adds on the foundation. So yes, I am ICT based, definitely. So I would say my foundation is definitely ICT. But I taught myself a lot, which ICT does not share or, but I think some things are those things as well that he might not. But if you look, if that's why I tell everyone journal, journal, journal. See, I like the short idea, but I didn't enter yet. What time is it? 3:15. I really like this level for a short. Do you think it will go to 3060? Gotta touch that stall a few times. Yes. Finesse trade is fucking awesome. I'm partial to you now. I have won my YouTube. All those fake gurus we're naming are not actually profitable, though. You think you think so? I don't think Claudia's. I don't think they're fake, though. To be honest, I mean they're just. I don't think they're fake. Um, but yeah. they're all on their own journey, and everyone's journey is different. But I think it's. Oh, I do want to point out something on ES, by the way, guys. ES, look at these equal highs, by the way. So yeah, I like a short, but look at ES equal highs. That is sus, right? And we don't have that on ENQ, but yeah, I saw that this morning. So I want to point out these equal highs. Um, hey, welcome to the family, Jonathan. Yeah, I like the short. I'm entering 317. Let's see if we already have a market structure shift, change in the state. We already tested this. Yeah, I'm getting in the short as well. Um, the stop loss is going to be here. I think we're going to go all the way lower now. Inverted vehicle. I just don't like this one here, but that will be revisited later. I'm still not sure about the short, to be honest. It looks sort of, if I'm looking at the 15-minute, it still looks a little bit too bullish to me. Um, I might change my. Could be a retest of this area here. Hold on. I'm gonna change my. I'll reassess here. Gonna bring this down to break even. This could be a bullish order block, so I'm just gonna take. I'm not gonna take any risk. Just gonna take it off. See, we've got a little gap here. Yeah, okay, I took it off. See, I'm very risk averse today. I brought it back to 22 points. We're still 3R, okay. I'm just playing it very safe. I think I want to go long again here. Bullish order block, yeah. Who's still long? Who has a long bias? I like the long again. I think you can dig deeper into this area here, though. Let's see. Yeah, and ES could easily go into this wick here as well. So there's room to the upside too. Yeah, okay. For me, it's just base hits now. I don't feel I can see it both ways. These large wicks. Yeah, I'm not comfortable with the short anymore. I took it off. Didi, how much payout have you gotten, lady? I'm not gonna share that with you. A lot. I've got this. I've actually done really, really well. I've covered my whole years of basic living. I can live whole year, the rest of the year. Just, I'm already done for the year. If that's, if that suits your answer. Do you always have if-then statements? Yes, I always. But at some point, you don't think about them anymore because they become. And the moment I do not, I feel uncomfortable and I feel like I get a little bit nervous. I think Mr. Chaos, you said yesterday that I was stressed, but it wasn't really stress. It was just I was uncomfortable. But actually, you caught me a little bit because I did something and I know like, oh, I didn't follow. I didn't really mention that on stream, but it was funny that Mr. Ko said, "Hey, you look stressed," and someone said, "No, she doesn't look stressed." But I think you did pick up on something that was like a little bit different, and it was like, oh, I was just not comfortable in what I was doing, and I think it was something like that. I didn't follow my. I was like, oh, what are my if then statements, and didn't know at that moment, or was just I wasn't sure, so I wasn't following my rules, and then I get like I feel very uncomfortable, and yeah, and the people who know me well can see it probably now, so. Yeah, so it wasn't that I was stressed, but there was something different, and I was like, oh, I'm caught. I'm caught on camera now. You're trading for survival. It doesn't feel like that, Lance. It should not be like that. Um, I'm not trading for survival. Yes, I need the money, obviously, to live, but it doesn't feel like that anymore. It feels like I have it under control by having those. It's Lance. I can just only wish you could get to that point as well, like having the feeling of being in control and not being led by the markets, the markets pushing the emotions on you. Everything will follow when you have that peace of mind. It's so easy to say when you're there, but I know how much hard work it took for me to get here. But it doesn't feel like survival. It is just a way of handling, understanding what I need to do to make it work. So, do you see on NQ, we are between two N dogs, by the way. So we might consolidate here a little bit. Hey, Coconello, how are you doing? Oh, lucky man. Yes, smash the like and show support and love. Yes. Well, you guys always show support and love. But oh, let's see. Oh, guys, I do want to. I'm close to 2100. I don't mind the. But let's see if I can get to 2100 today. I just needed 7 subscribers. I always like this round. Yes, 2099. One more guy. We need one more subscriber. Then I'm at 2100. Who wants to be number 2100? Give me one more, guys. How long have I been trading? That's what I mean. Needing profit from trading for living expenses. Every YouTuber is relying on affiliate money. It's easier to YouTube than trade. Yeah. So, yeah, I consider myself not a confluencer, but a day trader who just happens to have a YouTube channel, and I want to keep it that way. But hey, I might have a collaboration, but it has a story, and I can't say no to them. I just can't because I wouldn't be here without them. So it's the only one I would consider. So, but yeah, more to that when things are more clear. But yeah. Um, but listen, YouTube doesn't make a lot of money, guys. I mean, YouTube, if you stream like like say if I have 1,000 views on 4 hours, it's like it's maybe a few bucks. That's it. I mean, you can't live off YouTube. I mean, I can't, and it's not really the idea as well. But um, it's just not. It might just cover some costs, but it's not. You can't. I mean, maybe when you have like Tanya's numbers, I think she has over 15K views. Then it might be, you have like a normal amount that you get from AdSense, but not when you're small like I am. It's just like, it's peanuts. I can buy a coffee. I can buy a coffee. Well, everything helps, right? So Didi, you are asking how long I've been trading and live account of I do all. I do paper trading. I have a funded account. I've got live accounts. I've got evals. I've got it all, and I trade it all. But today I mean, today price action has been pretty awesome so far, and I'm reading the market pretty good. So, but I'm not trading my accounts yet because I've just made it a rule by after I've done some good trades. This is also a good call here, the long again. I got out just on time. So yeah. Do I mind? No, I don't mind. For me, it's just also every tape reading session is also a learning session for me, and also always testing myself. Am I reading the markets correctly? Am I in tune with the markets? Um, I'm bloody hell in tune with the markets today. I am. If I go for shorter, smaller trades, I am in tune with the markets today. But my it doesn't look bearish to me at all, guys. If I look at this on the 1 hour, this looks like bloody bullish to me. Everything online is a selfish hustle. You're very unique. Thanks for your time, my new friend. Our friends that trades for me. Yesterday I lost all my money and I deleted the Meta 5 trade. Oh shit, Coconello. I'm sorry to hear that, but I guess you need to. It's most of the times the same issue, right? It's just risk management, over leveraging, not having a proper model, and just not following your rules. And I'm really making it a thing on this channel to be more rule based and trying to send that vibe like, hey, listen, guys, I'm not trading today because my setup is not there, or I'm only paper trading. And I just wish some people, I'm just showing that you can be profitable, live off trading by actually being trade less, and showing you guys as well. And if I do the collaboration, I will definitely, I have to use their products, but I also will be using their evals and showing all the numbers, because I don't really do that now. But with that, that's just one. I don't feel very comfortable showing what I make, how much money I make on my live. I mean, I'm a female. I have to be careful. You have to be careful in this crazy world. But if I do the collaboration, I will show that part will be very open. And then also, I would like to show just trading with small amounts and having small evals. I mean, 50K, 25K. You can make a hell of a lot of money. You don't need to over leverage. You just need to wait for the right moment. You just need to have patience. More and me, I'm not a patient person. But if I can do it, you guys can do it. Lance, because of Patrick Whelan accelerated Tanya's channel, she'd be nothing without his help. He made everyone on YouTube that trades aware of Tanya, that she was a jerk to him after. Oh, was she? Okay. Ungrateful, Spike Kill Me. Um, yeah, I don't care about the viewer. I mean, if I don't, I'm not doing it for view. I don't care about if I would get more views if I do specific things. You have to stick to who you are and be comfortable. I'm not going to deviate from my personal style or preference, or just put trades on because I felt sometimes a little bit uncomfortable. I was, oh my God, I'm streaming and I'm not putting any trades on, but I got over that very quickly because it doesn't help me. And I actually I really literally became a much better trader during the time that I'm streaming. And I think it's also because of being more patient and having to be, I cannot be a degenerate on stream. I mean, it's all going to be, I don't delete uh, any video. So imagine if, well, it's the good, the bad, and the ugly, but you, I would be very ashamed, but it will happen. Maybe I will tilt sometimes and it will be on stream. But yeah, it's going to be shameful. So, but you try to, not have too many of these moments because they're going to be out there. It's going to be, but everyone has their struggles and everyone deals with the same shit. It's the truth. Um, yeah, well, everyone wants to make money, and there's nothing wrong with it. If you offer something decent, there's nothing wrong with it. But asking $6,000 for something that is not really helping someone, that is shameful. But I think if you offer something that really helps someone, I think there's nothing wrong with that. But it's still a free market. People pay for what, but there's a lot of things that are not being. There's a lot of people creating illusions that are not true. It's the same thing like with the copy trading. That's something that I find very unethical. Like, oh, look at me, how easy it is to make all that money as a YouTuber. I copy all my trades. I only make $100 per day, but I copied over 20 accounts. And they know that most people are not able to have risk management. They're over because especially for new people, they see the money. They're like, oh my God, and I'm not good. I can do that. I can just do and then, they still blow 20 accounts instead of one account, which is a lot of money, 20 accounts. So I don't like that. Um, that's something I really don't like. But, and sometimes if I would copy trade, I don't think I would even tell you guys. I don't think I would even tell it because I don't want to give people the impression that it's because it takes hard work to get to from what if you are profitable with one account, you can add one account. If you're profitable with two, then you add three. Prove it to yourself first. But most people are too impatient and most people want to make money fast. And I think it's a sort of like it's a retail trap. It's a retail trap. I think if we would listen, I saw myself on video on Tilt, and it's actually shocking because you have no idea. Your normal logical brain is just turned off. And we should look at yourself. You should film yourself, guys. It's so um it is eye opening, and you're looking like, what is that me? And it will help you get out of that. You I saw it, and I was like, okay. And then you understand, like, oh, you really one part of your brain is not being functional anymore. So, you should. No, I don't use. I don't have any. I used to do Apex, and they had their copy trader, but I stopped using it because I don't use Apex anymore, and I never really. I can copy trade in Tradeovate from the same. I don't know. Can I use Tradeovate? I don't think I can copy trade in Tradeovate different companies. So I never really got back into, but I think Replicanto is a good one. Anyone else? Anyone wants to give us some advice on copy trading? What do you use to copy? You can use Tradeovate if you have the same company, if you have multiple accounts with the same company. I only trade with Funded Next currently, so I could do it in Tradeovate itself. But to be honest, I don't really use it that much. But anyone else wants to give some advice? I think Replicanto is a good one. Anything else? Deep Trade Sinker. Oh, I hear all new names that I've never heard of. Trade Sync. And so I'm charting on TradingView, but have my Ninja Trader and use Replicant. Yeah, okay. I know a lot of people about. I know Replicanto is good. I never heard of TradeSync and Deep Chart, but I'll look into it. Are you charting on TradingView? Yeah, trading nickels. You know what I do? I just do and enter it manually. I used to have an ATM on it, and I just move it. So you can put it you can set an ATM on it, and then just you like, for example, let's say you put 20 ticks your stop loss and 40 ticks your TP, and then the moment you get in, you can move it. But I've gotten to the point that I just add it manually now. But you could put an ATM in it. But OCO, I stopped. Yeah, for some reason, I was also struggling with OCOs there. So I just did the ATM. But then the problem comes in if you start getting in and out, right? If you start scaling in and out. Yeah. The thing is because I have larger trades now, I have more time. So if I have like 100 point trade and I get in at some point and I add, then I have the time to example, okay, I most of the times I market order in when I add positions. I don't put limit orders, I just market order in and then I add my TP and my stop loss manually. So, but because my trades are large and I've got the time to do so. But yeah, I was also struggling with that same issue. It was also, I was like, Trade Syncer has issues. Okay, deep chart is order flow and volumetric principle. Okay, 5 account isn't the max for top step. I don't know, Lance. I don't use top step anymore. I feel the same. Never try, but everyone's promoting trades. Okay. I only know Replicanto, and I know a lot of people are very happy with it. So that's the only one I actually know. Yeah, ATM is fine. But when you start adding, you have to be aware that if you want to close your trade, you have to really close everything, right? You have to, don't forget then. So I always like, you have to be sure that you exit everything if you're not using OCOs. Otherwise, you leave one runner for, like, for example, you have one TP, for example, higher, and you're like, okay, I'm done, and you forget that one. So you really have to always exit everything. The way that I'm doing, I have to always exit everything when I'm done. Well, when you enter, like for example, when you turtle soup, you and your next level, you have confirmation, then you can add more to it. It's not like really new ideas. It's not a new idea. It's already a trade that is, you just got in very early. So let's see, I turtle soup something and then the breaker gets confirmed. I add more. Instead of getting in the breaker, I was already in, then I add at the breaker. So it's not new ideas. It's just already all strategies that I already could trade. So um CL is bursting up and my MNQ long isn't liking it. But MBT is caring less. I only use Take Profit Trader and Lucid right now. They seem to be the top in the States for actual. Yeah, I think TPTs and Lucid are really solid. I like Funded Next because I'm just I use them and I think TPT is something I should also look into. CPM deep chart is developed from Faberville, one of the most important scalper in the world. Okay. Well, I'm not into scalping, so I'm not really interested in scalpers, to be honest. Um, I'm happy that I got out here. You can see we're stuck between two end dogs, but I can see it dig a little deeper here, though, deeper higher. But let's look at CL. Why is this on? That was weird. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. Why is this that box showing up on? Hmm, okay. Oh, see, L is just consolidate. I mean, look at that. It's just horrible. I wouldn't touch it. It did spike up here a little bit, but it's in this gap now here. Um, 4 hour looks bullish on NQ. The end of. It's like a propulsion block. Um, as I've seen you do what I call very good scalping. What do you consider scalping? Because for me, scalping is like how I've been taught is like a minimum amount of points, but I think if you go over 20, 30 points, it's not scalping. My average is 80 to 150 point trades. I try to. Today I was just paper trading, but scalping is for me, I mean, it's like I always try to sometimes ask the chat, like, okay, what do we consider scalping? Because some people have different opinions about scalping. But scalping is for me 5 to 10 points, maybe even 20 points. But then everything above that is not scalping anymore. But I think people have different ideas of scalping, maybe sometimes. So it's always good to double check with the chat. What do you consider scalping when we talk about scalping? So I think when someone says he's a scalper, then I'm like, okay, that's someone who goes in and out very quickly and goes for minimum, just base hits, a lot of one-to-ones, one-to-one R trades, maybe 1.5. For me, my minimum is always 2R, and I don't trade any, I don't take any trades less than 50 points on my evals or funded or live accounts. So I don't consider myself. I don't think it's. I don't think it's a gamble if you have data and risk management behind it. Everything when you have probabilities, we all start as gamblers. I think we all start as gamblers, but you want to become a speculator, and that means you have to get to a point that everything becomes. You can get data into higher probabilities, and then you still accept that percentage risk, but your risk is data driven. But we all start as gamblers. I wouldn't think anything as a gamble if you have data behind it. I think some scalpers, I know scalpers can do really well, but it's a skill set. Being a scalper is a skill set, and it's high frequency. It's they have to have their brain is to work all the time. I think it's much harder. I think it's a I mean I think it's a skill set. Not everybody is equipped to have that skill set. So. Nothing wrong being a scalper, by the way. Um, I like prop firms because they are rule based and you have to play by their rules. And if you can play trade by their rules, I think then you're ready to start your own account. Because you've proven to yourself that you can abide. Because even though you have your own account, you still need to have rules, right? You don't want to blow up your own account. It's even worse to blow up your own account. It's just, yeah. Where's my drink? Hey, see, we're just hanging. We are sort of stuck between those two end dogs now. Let's see what 4 o'clock brings. Um, this looks a little bit bullish to me. Order block, propulsion block, and maybe get some blast off. Um, so trading nickels, what do you consider scalping? I just want to. No, John, I agree. You want to use prop firms, and if you have profits, you build your own account. You prove yourself that you can play by the rules. You play by their rules, and then you prove to yourself that you are able to, get profits being rule based, following rules, and because I think the misconception is that, oh, if you have your own account, you don't need any rules. No, you still need your rules, but you need, they're a little bit different and you might be a little bit more flexible. You can hold over the night if you want to. You can go, there is no daily loss limit, but you still want to limit yourself. That's the danger because, you think, but I think you still need rules even with you have your own account, but you can be a little bit more flexible. But I would highly advise don't start your own account until you've proven to yourself that you can, get some payouts from prop firms. And there's so many choices now with different rules that fit you. And they're all, yeah, but it's all like, okay, it's all rule based and you have to play by their rules. But I think it's good because we need those to be able, it's very painful to lose your account. It's a lot of money. Okay, so you make it time based. Okay. Okay, so for you, scalping is time based, not the amount of points. Okay, that's fine. I always thought that scalping is the amount of is more point based, but not time based. But um, yeah, it's always good to double check with them. Okay, what do you consider scalping, right? Because one person has another definition of scalping than the other. Hmm. Let me check if I made it to 2100. Yes, 2102. Thank you, guys. Another milestone. I appreciate it. I always like those round numbers. Thank you. 2100. Wasn't it like 2 weeks ago was 2000? That was a big moment, 2000. Okay, yeah, I'm still, I wouldn't be too comfortable with the short because of the area we're in. It's sort of a, you can see we are at the end dog, right? At the midpoint, and you can see, you want to see either movement away from it, either way, but we're exactly on this event horizon. So it's 50% between two end dogs. We're stuck. ES also looks a little bit bullish to me. Also stuck at an event horizon of two NWOGs. Let me make the same colors because they're different right now. If you do, I say gambling is we play for points and quick decisions. If you do scalp with minimum that's worse than gambling. Yeah. Yeah, the moment you are is going to, like yesterday what happened to me, I felt like, oh my God, now I miscalculated the move to the upside. And my analysis was correct. We're going up to go lower, but I was focusing on that move up, but I thought it would go higher. And then I saw it go lower, but I was already not in tune anymore because I was not prepared because I was so married to that bias. Like I thought, okay, it's really going to go there and then I'll go short from there, but it already turned. And then I was like really, it didn't feel like I was in control anymore. Even though you know the direction, but you don't have your levels. And then it's like, um, yeah, then it becomes gambling because you, although you know the direction, but you don't know where it could stop and blah, blah, blah. Horrible feeling, horrible. NDOG is new day opening gap. That's the gap between when the futures market closes at 5 o'clock and opens at 6 o'clock. And the new week opening gap is the same gap between 5 and 6 o'clock, but then from the weekend. So between Friday and Sunday open. So it's the same gap. The only difference is the end dog is during the day, the weekdays, and the end walk is just the one between the weekend and the open. Oh, the old man is coming back to me about the rooster. Lands, I'm afraid to show trading to some bodies because I know they're gamblers and it can cause life ruin. Yes, you have to be very careful if you know people are subjected to those issues. Um, Worse than, yeah, but it's a dopamine hit in your brain, right? So okay, midnight tag. Let's see if it goes low or spikes back up from here. This order block could hold the spike it back up. Let's see. What time is it? 4:02. See if the midpoint holds. So 4:08, this is a crucial area. This is crucial. If it breaks this area, it's bearish. If it goes up from here, we pass. Pa, 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 pum, 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 pum. A lot before trading. And you mentioned don't teach gambling. Oh, right. Someone asked to be my student the other day, and you mentioned don't teach gamblers. She got really excited and knows nothing. So I told her to slow down and study from the expert. A lot before trading real. I'm not going to teaching her now that we talk about gambling. I sent someone. No. Well, I have a student, and it's a common thing that once they see they if they see the potential, they all fall into the trap. But you have to let them. I mean, I had to really let her fall into the trap first, but and but it's very it's something that people. I mean, I fell in the trap as well with Apex and 20 accounts and blah blah blah. But if you are not polluted yet with your brain, it's so important to already steer people, let them experience it, but also, show them how the change that they have to make in order to already get used to the, well, it's about tricking your brain. That's it. It's all about tricking your brain and not fall victim to all that bullshit. Greed and TP hit. Well done. What time is it? 4:08. Um, nice run. I mean, I got another scalp on that quick drop. I have to stop watching charts. I think I like that when the price really starts trending. You know, that's also already seeing where your trigger points are. That's already a big thing. So if you know that you need to stop watching, then it's a good thing to detach yourself from the market. Then yeah, take your wins and close your charts, and then come back later on. I don't have that problem so much anymore now because I'm okay. I can just go back to paper trading. Um, but yeah, it's a nice drop. How many points was that drop from 4 o'clock? 60 points. See how ES looks very bullish to me. All these blocks here. Um, this looks like a propulsion block, but I could be wrong. I mean, London wasn't bad today, guys. In all fairness, London moved really nice, but 8:30 there's news. Hey, who knows? The move to the downside will start. The real, I mean, I'm talking about. I mean, I'm talking a low resistance liquidity run like we used to know them, like falling, falling, falling for a whole hour. I'm talking about those runs. Not yeah, but you guys know what I mean. A real low resistance liquidity run. Nasdaq is respecting gold. It's a lower high in the 1 hour chart. I anticipate 233 today. Yeah, once we get below the 4 hour low, I mean, yeah, it's. You know what I don't trust? ES. I find this a little bit sus. I'm just wondering if we're going to get one more leg higher. Um, so as long as we are in this whole area, we could still have like we are higher time frame. It's yes, I understand we have CIs. I know, but technically we're in a range. We're still we could make highs, low all the time, right? Unless we really break out of an area and have displacement away from it. So for me, the real actually market structure shift is really below here. Until that time, I'm just, and with ES, with these equal highs, I just don't trust it. I'm just like, really? Like, we're in fair value gap. We really need to go lower into this bloody thing that we are waiting for weeks now. But I'm just wondering if they're gonna, this is not like a high. It was nice with you guys. Yeah, Mr. Chaos. I also have to do some stuff. I've got to get to my driving license, see if I can finally start getting my driving license here. I have a driving license, but I want to have a South African one. So I don't have to fly back to the Netherlands just for that. So I just don't trust this area here. I mean, it's so weird. It's a little bit sus to me. But let's see. I mean, if we go lower here at some point, yeah. I mean, then so. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I need to go downstairs quickly. Okay, sorry, I'm back again. They're installing those fiber for the neighbors, and they're using that box that I have. So I'm so worried that at some point, it hasn't been activated yet, but I think something is going to go off with me, and then I have to sort that out. So I'm really worried about that. But they haven't installed, they haven't activated yet, and I was just checking with them. Uh, I know it's going to go. It's going to hurt. our connection because it always does. So, but anyway, um, trading, I respect you saying that area says I feel discretionary rather than specifically by technicals. Um, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, I try to take it into account, but they could leave it like this, but it's sort of unlikely that they would do it. Nice move though, but um, um, did anyone? I know that Alex took the short. Anyone else took the short? John also took the short. Well done. Well done. Short 521. Oh, nice, nice. Seems to be going lower. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm not in it now anyway. I'm too distracted. Yeah, I'm not gonna stream this long because I need to do some other stuff, and I'm just already. I guess this was already the move to take in London. Um, nice move. I like it. The 12 hour and the daily. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's let's see if it really wants to go lower than here today. Daily. I'm just gonna I want to watch where it's going, guys, but I'm not gonna stream too long because I need to do some stuff out of town. But I really want to see how far this short is gonna go. Is anyone still having a runner? Let's see, it's going to go through this wick here. What time is it? 4:21. Hmm. Short one micro, one runner left. What nice, nice, nice. Mostly MNQ short. Yeah, no, guys, I only trade MNQ. If I would be in the trade, it would be MNQ anyway. So, um, might be a terminus for the short unless it goes to. I thought MNQ may already. So swap to RTY. Yeah, I can see it go all the way to 350. I think if you're in it, you can hold to 350. Or I don't, or let's say, yeah, 350. I think it's almost there anyway. Damn, that's a large move for London already. It's a pretty awesome move. Let's go 350, 350 coming. Yeah, I think it's gonna take that low. It's not. I don't think it's going to reject in that low now. It's too weak. Come on, drop, drop, drop. There is major news today, yes, but it's NFP week, and we do have um, news today. 8:30 news. Yes, there's 8:30 news. So that's why I'm a little bit surprised by this move already. But 8:30. It's only orange folder news. It's unemployment claims. Yeah, so NFP Thursday tends not to be my best day because a lot of the times price is going to be held in a range. Now, technically, I mean, hey, listen, this is distribution. We don't have any discussions about that, right? This is a beautiful distribution candle. But we're still in this large range. I really want to see if they can take out these lows here. 293. It's not that it's only 100 points away. But they might use that news, but it's orange folder. I don't know. Um, I like it. That is a beautiful drop, guys. We haven't had one of these in London for a long time, I think. This is really a nice drop. 200 points already. Um, in here. 50. I actually, you know what? I actually said at 540 I would consider a short, and I did not anticipate, and I did not action on it. I literally called the high. I said 540. And I wasn't sure. I literally said I will not consider a short before 540 is hit. I said it on stream. It hit exactly that. I had confluences there, and I did not, did not take it. Now, these are the moves you actually should be able to take when you're a trader like myself, distribution trader. So that does annoy me a little bit, in all fairness, because I literally called the high of the move to the upside. So yeah. Um, just not feeling 100% sure. Um, but yeah. everything was there, everything was lining up, and then it is, you know, it needed to go there in order to go lower. But I just, again, it's the same thing I did yesterday. It's actually the same mistake. It's sort of like a thing I need to work on. I called yesterday the high. I said the open. I knew exactly we're going to go higher to go lower. But my mistake was that I thought it would go a little bit higher. But today I did not think it would go high. I literally, I didn't have a higher level. But in yesterday in our pre-market prep, I said we're going, the open is going to go higher and then we go lower. And then I focus on a higher level, my point of interest. But today I actually had the level correct, and I didn't have a higher level. So that frustrates me a little bit. Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed with it. And even though I might not have taken it on an account, I would have taken it on paper. But I'm a bit annoyed with it that I missed it. Yeah, I am. This is what we do as distribution traders. But I must honestly say the area was a bit tricky. But then again, everything, it was there. It was there. Study it, guys. Journal it. Study it. Uh, my levels was telling me the same. Look, I've got all these levels. These levels are marked for a reason. These are levels that are telling me that are areas that I think. And look how we are already below it, and I still 330. That's already here. This is what ICT actually taught. This is already your change in the state delivery right over here. Um, yeah, all there. It's okay. Asia low taken. Beautiful move. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm happy that some of you guys um okay, I'm gonna I've deleted the poor guy. He thinks I should do a giveaway because he has been watching for 2 hours. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, guys. If you have a move like this, you do not want to look for long straight away. You want to reassess. You want to have confirmation if there's a change in state delivery. You are either you want to look for continuation or you miss the move and you want to wait. Um, there will always be a retracement, yes, but now I'm totally out of my train of thought. Um, I think I consolidate here a little bit, and before it either moves lower or higher, I don't know. I think this area, I think it did hit a very significant level. But yeah, it doesn't look very bullish today, does it? We have news today, but again, I'm just going to point out the As long as we're still in this range, it could still go back and forth. I still don't trust it. We create a high above 800. Um, we'll see. Pre-market preppers. I might be a little bit late today because I need to go out of town. I will log on straight away when I'm back on. Again, it's NFP Thursday, so don't expect too much. London made a nice move. I mean, this was pretty awesome. I like it. Tomorrow's Friday, so I'll see you guys back in tomorrow, London time. It's already Friday. I can't believe how fast the week is going. Yeah. I just need to sort out some stuff out of town. So let me just do that. Then I have a clear mind. I can't concentrate now because I need to do that. And also those workers are starting to work now, so there's a lot of noise. It was a nice move. I really like it. It's hard for me to really say what is what's going to happen now. I really need to reassess and take my time for it. Do you guys think it's bullish 49%? So most of us were wrong. 33 bearish and 18. Do you guys think we're going to break the low today here, the 4-hour low, the equal lows, and go into this fair value gap today? I mean, it would be so weird if they won't do that, right? I mean, being so bearish. I don't know. Okay, guys. I'm gonna leave you guys because there's so much noise coming from these people. The music is gonna start anytime soon as well, so it will be hard for me to focus with these people around. I will see you tomorrow, same time. I might start the stream a little bit early tomorrow, depending on if I'm able to access the Wi-Fi because they're going to do shit here. If I'm not here, guys, you know what happens. Then they have been messing up the connection, and I need to sort it out. There's a high probability that will be the case because you know how things go. So I'm a little bit worried about that. NQ is so high. I'm just taking it day by day. Yes. I will see you tomorrow, guys. And pre-market preppers, forgive me if I'm late, but I will come online the moment I get back. And then we'll just have a look at the market. So thank you, guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with me and supporting me. And I hope a lot of people banked on the short. If not, it doesn't matter because a move like that just gives you more moves a little bit later today. It gives you a lot of imbalances for value gaps to use. So never have FOMO if you miss the first move, okay? It just gives you more, it gives you more leverage for later on. Ciao, ciao, guys.